Hello, welcome back to the Expired Podcast. We're going to be recording episode 6 today, and we're going to be talking about our first impressions of each other, of other people, and etc.
Okay, so I think we can just go around and say our first impression of each other. So the order will go, I will say my first impression of Sean. Sean will say his first impression of Lydia. Lydia will say her first impression of me. And then from then we'll work backwards.
Sounds good.
All right?
Great.
All right. So my first impression, I remember the first time I saw Sean very clearly. I remember it very distinctly. It was a Sunday, I think around the around spring, like March-ish, is what I remember.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, and it was just like a regular Sunday, and I was at church with all of the people that are normally at church, and then the my Bible study teacher comes up to us and goes like, "Hey, we have a new student today.
Oh
His
yeah.
name is Sean." I think the teacher's name was David, either David or Grace, one of the two. And the service went on as usual, and then we split off into small groups. And then I remember just everybody being like, "Oh my goodness, we have a new guy. We have a new student. We're gonna make him stay."
Really?
And we were acting overly friendly and overly polite, right?
Interesting.
Aww.
Yeah, this was very interesting. And I was like, I remember saying, just so you know, we're usually not like this.
Okay, I think I do remember that specific. Wait, did you tell me that?
Yeah, I think I told you that because I think I sat next to you.
Yeah, I kind of remember that line. Wow, that just brought back like a glimpse of that moment. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. And I just remember Sean being like, "Oh, okay." Oh, like overwhelmed by like all of the attention he was getting from what, 8 guys at the time.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah, and Sean was like super innocent looking, super naive, a little a little nerdy, but I don't think I knew that at the time. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You remember so many details. What the? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it
You
was
have really good memory.
I can play it in my head like right now.
Okay. Man,
Yeah, so that's my first impression.
wow. Yeah. I mean, I already told her this before, but uh, I think the most clear memory, earliest memory that I have of Lydia was, yes, the intimidating person at retreat that was like, that had like a really scary resting face. Yeah. I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, you would stay with your two friends. I'm not gonna say their names. Yeah, you'd stay with them. So yeah, I couldn't approach any of you guys because you were
Oh my god.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, Loki felt bad for Ashley because I was like, I know she already has like a bunch of friends here, and she was just stuck with me and Deborah.
Luckily, no, that's probably not the case. But I mean, no, I was just bad at reaching out to people. But yeah, that was my first memory of you. I remember I wanted to approach you, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the moment I felt a little more comfortable was when we played the game where we like put makeup on each other as a punishment.
Oh my god, I remember
Yeah,
that.
that was the game. I was like, okay, she's human. She's kind of nice.
Yeah, I remember I was like, I tried to do it super nice because I was like, okay, I don't want him to like hate me. Yeah.
I remember everyone had like
Yeah.
unibrows and like lipstick like all the way up to their nose and stuff. And then
Yeah.
I was like half decent. I was like,
Yeah, like I was, and I looked to my left and right, and then was Hookju one of them, like that got makeup on?
I
Or okay, I don't know. It
I
was
don't
a guy.
I rem I just remember Justin
Oh my
being a
god, yeah.
disaster.
Yeah,
But yeah, my first memory of Lydia, yes, the
Interesting.
scary, unapproachable person
I
at
mean,
retreat.
I
Probably.
hear that
Yeah.
literally every time I get to know somebody, so it's not shocking. My first impression of Josh, I don't exactly remember, but were you doing PowerPoint at the time?
Oh yeah.
You were, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you've been doing it since like the day you came out of the mother's womb. Anyways, I
Pretty
just
much.
remember like, I already heard about you before I came to church, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Damn,
you know,
okay.
if you know, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Yup.
Yeah. So I already
Bro.
knew about this person. I didn't know your name, but or I did. I don't know. I don't know if I can remember, but I just remember walking in and I'm seeing this hunchback.
Oof.
This hunchback. And then I just remember like thinking you and Joyce looked really similar. Like twins almost. So I was like, okay.
Wait, just a curious question. Did you first know Josh by a nickname because of the person?
No, 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 no. I just knew that this certain person, you know, made me feel special.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm so sorry to that
Oh
person,
my
but
god.
yeah.
All right, I guess it's my turn. My first impression of Lydia. I think the first day you walked into the auditorium, I was like, "Oh, we have a newcomer.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably reach out and like get their names, their birthdays, and their grade."
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't because I was a coward and shy and intimidated by talking to new people or like the concept of talking to new people.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't help that you guys would just come in like right before service started and then leave right after service ended.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the retreat, I was like, okay, I can put a face to like the name
Yeah.
because I was familiar enough with your name, but I didn't know what you looked like.
Uh-huh.
And I remember foosball at that
Oh.
retreat.
Uh-huh.
You being just really aggressive in your play style. And I remember thinking, wow, this is a
Oh.
strong female individual.
Oh my
And I was like,
god.
wow, she's a formidable opponent.
Formidable opponent.
She's
Interesting.
pretty good. Yeah. That was my first impression.
Hmm.
Wow. It's really interesting. So your first impression of me was she's a formidable opponent.
Yes.
Formidable.
Formidable foe. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. My first impression of Sean was like I don't remember exactly how tall you were, but I don't know why, but I feel like you were pretty short for some reason back then. I don't know.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Wait, what grade was this?
Ninth grade.
Ninth grade.
10th grade for you and me.
Oh
Mm,
yeah, that's when I met them. For clarification.
2016.
Wow, that was so long time ago. But anyways, he had this like big like crossbody bag, and he was wearing a cap. I think. I think that's what you were wearing, and I just remember like, wow,
okay.
this guy looks really like identical to another person I know at my church, at my old church, and that was my first impression. That's it.
Mm.
I was like, wow, he looks really nerdy, and like he
Oh
probably
my
plays
god.
League.
That nerdy? Damn.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is not true, surprisingly.
Okay, okay. So I look like someone else. That was your first impression.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Okay, for me, for Josh. Okay, so yes, the beginning, I did get a lot of attention at church, which is why I think I don't have too clear of a memory of the first time I met Josh, because I don't know. I've been with Josh for a while, and at this point,
Mm-hmm.
he's I can't remember a moment in my life where I didn't know him. He was just there from the start.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just remember Josh always being there.
I was at your birth. I
Oh
remember.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we were doing the handshake in my mom's womb, bro. Bro, oh yeah,
Yeah.
remember the handshake that we did?
I
Oh
can
my
still do
God,
it right now.
I can still do it too. Damn. Yeah. But I do remember what Josh said about we're not normally like this to newcomers. Yeah, I do
Mm.
distinctively remember that line. But, I don't know. Josh has always just been there. It's like a father to me. Yeah.
I am almost a
You
year
are.
older. All right. Now that we've got our first impressions of each other out of the way, we can move on to the questions. Do you like to meet new people, or do you prefer to hang out with people you already know?
Hmm. Honestly, it greatly depends on what that person is like. Like, for example, today in my Zoom class, I was talking with a new person because we had breakout rooms for the first time this semester. And it was really chill because we had a lot in common. But more often than not, I remember I have a lot of bad memories of talking with new people. So
Mm-hmm.
I think normally I would prefer to hang out with people I already know. But, yeah. I think it just depends on if it's the right person or not.
Hmm. As for me, I think I like the excitement of getting to meet new people and like getting to
Mm-hmm.
know like, oh, what do I have in common with this person, or what do I not have in common with this person? How are we different? How does this person perceive the world differently than I do? How do they define, friendships and relationships differently to what I do? What do
Mm.
they like to do on their free time? What is something new that I can kind of learn from them or like pick up from them, whether it's a good habit or like a bad thing to do, but people still do anyways.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It opens up another aspect of the world that you've never been through
Mm-hmm.
because each person's experience is different and unique on their own. So, yeah, I think I like meeting new people. I just can't do it.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I like
mm,
the feeling of like
mm.
being comfortable in a relationship I've already established, like for a long time. But also, like, I do, like, as of right now, I really wish I could meet new people. Not, yeah, because, like what you said, Josh, just to, like, you know, experience new things, learn new things from them, or even, yeah.
Okay, after hearing Josh, I think my opinion kind of changed. So I think it's hard for me. I think there's a difference between like talking with people to become their friend
Mm,
eventually and talking with people just meeting them, knowing that you're not going to see them often or at all.
mm,
Because I enjoy having new conversations with new people if I know I'm not going to see them again.
uh-huh.
For example, I when I visited San Diego for Valentine's Day, I remember every bus I rode, I was talking with some stranger, whether it was like a homeless person or someone that was going to the school. Yeah, I remember I really enjoyed those conversations. So I, yeah, what Josh was saying about like hearing new experiences and new viewpoints of the world, that was, that that was a very memorable part of my trip, and I think. I think I like talking with new people. It's just it's really hard when it's hard to make new friends, but it's okay to talk with strangers. Yeah, I think.
Mm. Now that I think about it, like, I don't think I've ever made an effort to be friends with somebody, like, first, or, like, approach them first. Like, yeah, I feel like it's always a other person, like, talking to me first, because I don't think Like,
Okay, popular.
no,
Okay.
no, it's not that. It's not that. It's like because it's circumstantial. It's because one, like for my church friends, I was like the new person, so like they all kind of had to like start talking to me first, because it's not like I'm gonna go up to them like, oh my god, no, 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 you know, like that. I don't want to be that girl. But even for school too, like when I moved, I didn't have any intention of making friends. Like, yeah, I made a couple, but like the people I did talk to, it wasn't because like I wanted to be like I had this vision of like, oh, we're gonna be like besties forever, you know? It was just like, oh, I have to talk to you because we're in the same class and we're in the same year. But like the closest friend I have, like she was the one who reached out to me first and like talked to me first. And that's when like our relationship started to like go deeper than just being acquaintances and like really like surface level friendships. So yeah.
I think I don't know. Now that you've talked about like how you and your closest friend came to know each other, like thinking about Jerkju,
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely the first one to approach him, and I was like turned away several times at the beginning,
I could see that.
right? Yeah, I also remember my like first encounter with him. He was playing something on some kind of device. I just sat next to him, and he was like, "Go away! What are you doing?" And I was the new kid, right? He's supposed to be the
Mm-hmm.
welcoming one, reaching out, but no. I was like, "Go away! Leave me alone!" And I was like,
Damn.
He said that?
"Probably something along those lines."
Oh my. Actually, I believe
Yeah,
that.
and I was like, "This is so strange because, I've never had somebody like straight up deny just being acquaintances at
Mm-hmm.
all in the first place."
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people would make as much of an effort as you did, which is probably why you're very close with friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had to make an effort because it was my first Sunday at a new church.
It was your first Sunday and you did that.
I think so.
Wow, you are very.
Not a lot of. I would have just been on my phone playing Terraria or something.
Yeah.
Like,
See, the thing is,
Yeah.
I didn't have my phone. I didn't have anything to like
Oh, okay,
turn to because this was what, fourth grade?
okay.
I would have been with my mom.
Okay. Go to KM service.
My parents were like, since it was my first Sunday and my dad was like taking over as the head pastor or whatnot, he and my mom were off doing business things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meeting new people like on their level, I guess. And I was left alone in like the empty halls of Vision Hall. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I need a friend. Hey, there's a scrawny kid over there. I'll go talk to him.
Oh my god.
Impression
Yeah.
is right there. Yeah, it's a scrawny kid. Uh,
Going from that, I think the next question is relevant. It asks, when and where did you meet most of your friends for the first time? I think all of us have like a similar answer.
Yeah, it's at church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only people I do talk to, like still, is like from church.
yeah, I thought I would talk with my school friends after, but
Yeah.
it's so sad. I don't know why I don't talk to them. I should.
For me, I only talk to like, what, one or two of my school friends.
Like high school friends?
Yeah, high school friends.
Uh-huh.
And the rest are dominantly from church
Mm.
and or like college friends that I've made.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I talk to them often either.
I think yeah, most of my friends I used to talk to is from church, but if I think about it, like I still am pretty close to some of my middle school friends that I went to high school with for like ninth grade. But like, I transferred. But then like I'm pretty close to like a couple of them. Yeah. We hang out here and there. We FaceTime out of nowhere. So probably say like school and church.
I have a question for like, so for people that have like church friends that are at school, how is that like? Is it like awkward at all, or like?
I feel like that's very dependent on your relationship with that specific
Yeah.
person because I went to school with like a lot of church people, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, but like ultimately,
Mhm.
if I, all right, let's take Hyukju for example,
Uh-huh.
because he was a friend at school and at church. Uh, it was pretty consistent, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
Uh, except at church, we kind of held back on like certain things that we would talk about or joke about. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at school, we would talk about whatever because nobody else is listening. Nobody young is listening,
Mm.
right? And if you like compare it to, I don't know, I didn't see many other church people at school
Mm.
because they were off doing their own thing.
I feel like my experience is kind of unique because I was going to school far away from church. Like I wish I did have friends from church that are at school, but everybody around me kept saying that it was like really awkward,
Yeah.
either because they didn't like them or they were acting totally different at school.
Yeah, I feel like same for me. Like I didn't go to school with like any of my church friends, and even like in my like friend group at like my old high school, um, we all went to separate churches. And I just thought like it would be so weird if I went to church with them and I went to school with them because like how they act at school, I can't imagine them acting like that at church. You know? Like yeah, just thinking about it, it's like I feel like it would be so weird. That's why I was kind of surprised when when you said that you hang out with Hyukju at school.
I think it's important that when you are at church, I think there was an understanding between me and Herc where we both understood that, oh, this is church. We got to tone it down. And I didn't act like too different at school either.
Mm,
Hercu and I just kind of held it back, I
mm.
think. I would say there was a lot of holding back that he had done over the years.
I feel like he still does.
Oh yeah, he still does, right? Because I think it's important to recognize like situations and times where
Mm-hmm.
things are appropriate, and
Yeah.
he surprisingly did a really good job of doing that.
Just going back to like first impressions, when do you guys think are the most important times to make a good first impression?
When you first meet them. I don't wait,
But like it could like be different. Like some people might think like talking to them might be the most important time, or like when you first see them, or like when you're even when you're not talking to them might be like important, you know? Yeah.
interesting.
In most cases, your first impression, you don't have any control over, really, I
Mm-hmm.
think, right? And I'm going off of like my experience during like orientation week for college
Mm.
and like how I got to meet people all throughout of like different backgrounds and how how it's changed over time and how different it is now, right? My first impression of them has completely changed, or like it's kind of shattered that reality kicked in where like, oh, people aren't who they always seem to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important to be, especially in conversation, you should know what to say and what not to say. But if you're
Mhm,
just passing by, I don't think that's a time where you don't have to focus on making a good first impression.
mhm,
I'm just like thinking, I feel like for me, um I think I can kind of relate to you, like where it's like it's uncontrollable. But I just thinking about like the first impressions I've had of people. Like I'm thinking of like school, right? And my first impressions of them, it was from just like them not talking to me. Like they were just doing their own thing. So it's like I can see how they really are. Yeah. And that's where I developed lot of my first impressions of people.
So you think first impressions should be made like when they're just being themselves?
Um, I think first impressions usually happens like maybe like after they introduce themselves and they go away and they go talk to their friends again.
Yeah, I
You
can
know?
see that. I can see that,
Yeah.
yeah. Interesting. Damn, so you're just like, wow, they're fake as hell.
No, I don't think I've ever felt that way with somebody. Only after I got to know them, I would feel that way. But that's a different story.
That's very interesting because I have this one incident, not incident,
Mm-hmm.
interaction during orientation week where I was with my roommate in like
Uh-huh.
this like public space,
Mm-hmm.
and this girl came up to us and just started talking to us like she knew either one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And my roommate and I looked at each other and we were like, "Do you know her?" And he's like, "No, do you know her?" And I'm like, I've never seen her before. And then she kind of like started leading the discussion, and I was like, "Hey, what's your major? Where are you from? Why did you come to this school?" And all that. And I was like, this person has a commanding presence
Mm.
and like is able to like get what she wants
Mm.
without having like fully understood the people that she's talking to. And I was like, she's kind of cool. And then the next time I interacted with her, she got my name mixed up with my roommates. So I didn't talk to her for like half a year because I was like, I can't believe you came up to us first and you mixed up our names.
Oh yeah.
Half a year, holy.
Yeah.
For me, my first impression, I think I'm more closer to Lydia, or or not after they've given their fake ass intro, but yeah, like I just observed from a distance before, I think. And I think that's kind of bad though, because I tend to be a lot more pessimistic when just thinking to myself about what they're like. Because you only see for me, I only saw the bad sides. But I mean, but yeah, like even for my closest friends, there are certain aspects where I would have thought were unapproachable if I didn't know them, but are like, in fact, on the contrary, like one of their good sides. So I don't know. I feel like first impressions should be made like after you've taken the initiative to like, be with their friend. Cause yeah, I don't know.
But I think that's like I don't think that's what first impressions are though. Like
Yeah, I guess.
first impressions are just like your own judgment of like what you think this person is like.
Yeah, wow, I guess thinking back, I was really pessimistic about people. I thought I was a very optimistic person.
Actually, me too. Like I think about like my closest school friend and my first impression of her was so bad. Like I thought she was a total
Be
like
careful what you say.
mhm. Yeah, I almost said I almost
Oh,
slipped there. No, but I actually told her this too. Like I told her like because we were talking about our first impressions and I was like, yeah, I thought you were like a flirt and like just you played with guys a lot and you were kind of like a
damn.
player, like a hoe almost. And she was like, how could you think that about me? But like, you have to admit, like she was surrounded by a lot of guys, but it wasn't her flirting with them, but it was like them flirting with her, you know?
Uh,
So I got the wrong idea. Yeah, I feel like a lot of first impressions come from someone's actions, but also I feel like I made a lot of first impressions from people at school, like based on what they were wearing. I feel like somebody's clothes can say a lot about them, especially like if they have a specific distinct style. So yeah, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys wear specific clothing to like make a specific impression to new people that you guys see?
I think uh, from what I don't think I am conscious of the impression that my clothes give off to other people,
Mm.
but I perceive what other people's clothes look like and how it might, play out in their character or why they might have chosen to wear that specific thing. And it also depends on the context, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's snowing and someone's wearing booty shorts, I'll be like, okay, that person just wants to show off and therefore probably has low self-esteem
Wow.
or is insecure about themselves to a certain aspect where they want to appeal to other people by physical appearance, right?
That's
Mm-hmm.
deep.
And if someone's wearing yeah, and if someone's wearing too much makeup, right, they probably also feel pretty insecure about themselves where they feel like the need to kind of cover up or change how they look in order to be a little more confident in themselves.
Or they might just like a lot of makeup though.
And if they do, then
That's a different story.
that's a different story, and that could probably be changed, or at least my perception of it could be changed later on.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to clothes, if you don't care about the condition of your clothes, I'll probably think they really don't care what other people think.
Mm.
So I probably don't care what they think.
Okay. For me, I think I don't like. I think clothes is like an unconscious thing that affects how I think about them. I don't actually like analyze what they're wearing and consciously think about it. I'm probably just like, I don't know, it's something about that person that I don't like this or I like this, like I think it just affects me unconsciously. But for me, mm, I don't know, I just wear what I like. It's like I don't think about it too much. I mean, I'm not really a fashion person, clearly, since both Josh and Lydia said I was kind of a nerdy looking dude. So clearly, I don't really care about fashion. But yeah, I don't know. It's not too as big of a factor for me, in my opinion, but I think it definitely does affect.
Mm-hmm.
I think, John, you were wearing a polo shirt and a cargo shorts.
Sounds like me. It really does sound like me.
Yeah.
I loved my cargo shorts.
What type of shoes though?
Either Vans or some weird sneakers from Costco.
I think they were gray Vans, I think.
Gray Vans. I remember. I think I remember those gray Vans. How do you remember that? What the hell? Josh, you have a photographic memory or something. What
That
the?
does sound like
No,
Sean.
there's like this one specific shoe that comes to mind. It's like slightly gray,
Mm-hmm.
uh, black laces, like the side. I don't know what it's called,
Mm-hmm.
but like the thing that wraps around that
Yeah.
connects the base of your shoe to like the rest
Uh-huh.
of your shoe. That's white with like a black line that goes around it.
Yeah. We're just right so far. Wow. That's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
What on earth?
And guys, don't worry, Sean doesn't dress
I
like
mean,
that anymore.
I
He...
could if I wanted to. I might just for old time's sake. Man, I miss my cargo shorts. I really do. Damn. Now that I think about it, wow. Did I wear that like every week? I don't. I think my outfit did not change that much. Like those days.
You wore polo shirts up until like seventh,
Hmm.
eighth grade, I think.
And even like in high school, like after I started leading, I I wore the similar outfit like every week. Yeah. It was either my beanie, not my beanie, my hoodie, or the blue button up with the
Oh my god.
yeah,
Yeah, you're so
yeah.
right.
Or the burgundy hoodie,
Oh, the burgundy hoodie.
Adidas sweatpants,
Oh yeah, and that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Damn, that's been a
or the
while.
drawstring bag.
Yep, yep. Oh my God. I had so many memories with that bag. I got robbed with that bag. Anyways.
Well, that's another story.
Yeah.
Wait for another time.
Yeah. So for me, I think I have a specific impression I want people to think of me when I wear my clothes, like especially now. Yeah, I don't want to dress where people see me and they like think I'm a child, like a teenager that's like 13. You know, like I want people to think I'm like a freaking
Like
boss.
21.
No, not like age, but like I want them to think that like I'm a freaking boss. You know, like.
Okay.
You want to seem more mature and be taken more
Yeah,
seriously?
that I want to be taken more seriously, and yeah,
Do people not take you seriously? We were talking about how your first impression was your
very
intimidating
intimidating.
look.
But I want to kind of like make that more intense. No, I'm just kidding.
More?
Then
Damn.
you just don't have to
I know, I just
talk.
sit there, but then
Bro,
like,
so start carrying a gun around. There's nothing beats that, dude.
oh my god. Oh.
Oh my
No, but
god.
literally, I feel like my personality and my outer appearance is like polar opposites. Like, you get to know me, and you're like, immediately that first impression is shattered, and like, you guys are like, wow, she's so annoying. Or like, wow, she talks a lot, actually, which is facts. But yeah,
Okay, so you want to be taken more seriously. Okay. So, like, what kind of fashion would that be?
I don't know. Like, so I'm like really obsessed with blazers right now, but not like those fitted ones, but like the bigger looking ones. That I'm also really into like wide leg pants. So sometimes I like, wear a suit some days with like, but it's not like, it doesn't, but I wear it with like sneakers. So it doesn't look extremely like formal. Are you judging my style right now?
Wait.
What? Wait, you want to be taken seriously, but you're wearing a suit with
It's
sneakers?
like the juxtaposition
Um,
of
Whoa,
like
fancy
wearing
word.
no,
something like,
no, no, no.
yeah.
Not,
No, it's
not.
like, ah!
Please don't hurt me.
It's
No,
like,
I'm not.
I can wear whatever I want.
That's right. That's right.
We're not saying you can't.
No, but it's
Sorry, I
like,
think I'm just imagining it wrong, but
yeah, you
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Like, sometimes, like, if I wanted to wear a dress, I'll wear a dress and I'll wear like boots with it. So it's like opposite.
All right, let's look up the definition of juxtaposition.
Are you really gonna?
All
Okay.
right. Yes. Juxtaposition, noun. The fact of two things being seen or placed close together with contrasting effect.
Exactly.
But let me get this straight. You want to be taken more seriously and seem more mature?
No. Okay.
No. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay.
You want to be taken more seriously and seem more mature. So you wear blazers that are slightly big, and you wear pants
Oh my
that are
god,
slightly
no.
big, so you look like a child in their parents' clothes.
Bro, you're getting
No.
filleted. What's your
Okay.
defense?
Let me defend myself right now. So what I mean by like, okay, the first thing I said was I wanted to be seen as a boss. Okay, not, and then you guys added the mature and then everything. Okay, so let me get that straight. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I just don't want to be seen as like 13-year-old child. Yeah. If you guys could only see their faces right now,
Was
oh my god.
just repeating what you said. I don't know. I don't feel
Yeah,
satisfied
I
with
think it's
your
because
rebuttal.
you guys
I'm
haven't seen me in a while, like dressed in like,
That
or
is
like
true. That is
in
true.
actual clothing.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait, sorry. You guys
In
haven't
actual
seen me in
clothing? What?
like
That sounds weird.
real like
What?
you guys haven't seen me in like Yeah,
in person
clothing that I would wear
with the
outside.
fashion that you like.
That makes sense. But also nowadays, I'm just like, I just wear whatever the I want, and I don't like. I slipped. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to put this as explicit.
You-
No, but yeah, I just wear whatever the hell I want, and yeah.
When have you not worn whatever the hell you want?
Um, at church, I think.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's understandable.
yeah, cause like there are some things where you just don't wear, like, or I feel like if I wore to church, it's just a little too much, and people would be like, "Why are you wearing that to church?" And it's like I would be like, "Cause I want to, or I can." But at the same time, I'm just like, oh, I feel like the occasion is not right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's understandable.
All right. Continuing the conversation, I like this question. It's very interesting. It says, "Do you try to make a different first impression now than you did in high school?"
I don't think I try.
But you just do?
Yeah, I just do. And
Hmm.
I feel like no matter how, even if I did try to look more approachable, I can I can feel myself getting tired and like
It is very tiring trying to be someone you're not.
yeah, I wasn't okay. This is so off topic, but I was in a Zoom call recently with like more of like a quote unquote like professional meeting, and
Okay.
I tried so hard to smile the entire time because like I knew if I just like this is the reason why I didn't get some jobs is because I wasn't smiling, or that's like the one critique I get afterwards. It'd be like, oh, it would be like better if you smiled like at least once, you know? And it's like, so I tried to do that, and then halfway, no, actually not halfway, maybe like 1/3 of the way to do the meeting, I got so tired. I was like, I started like kind of going back to like my regular like face, and then my
Yeah.
eyes started drooping, and then like I think like you said, Sean, my eyes weren't as opened, and
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
so now I just think I'm just gonna stop trying, and I'm just gonna just make people think I'm super unapproachable.
What about you, Josh?
I think in high school, I mean, I dress pretty similar to what I would wear in high school now. And you know what? I think I do try to make a different first impression now. I think after having gone to college, I'm putting a little more care and putting a little more intention behind like interactions that I have with people,
Mm-hmm.
because my perspective on high school friends was like, oh, they're just high school friends. I don't see myself like having deep and thoughtful conversation with them like after or even during high
Mm.
school, right? So I was like, I'm just here to have fun. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I just kind of eh with most of my friendships. And now in college, I'm like, I heard college is where like you meet friends that last you like for a lifetime sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, so I think college is where I started putting a little more intention in finding out who people are and finding out who I'm compatible with or who I get along with. So yes.
Interesting. For me, I think it's kind of opposite. Where with my past friends in school, I mean, for church, look, unfortunately, it has worked out for a lot of them, for a lot of the people that I've made an effort to be friends with. But for school, it's like I thought I would be really close to them, but for the amount of invested time that I put and effort that I put into them, it was so discouraging and disheartening to see like their response. And I think, yeah, I kind of digressed over the years, in my opinion. And but after I came to North Carolina, um, I realized how important it is to like have friends not only for like just friends, but like connections, like for the future. Yeah. I mean, it sounds it sounds really selfish, and in a way it is, but I think it is important, and I've realized that over the years. Yeah, let's see the question. Do you try to make different first impression? I keep going off topic. Jesus Christ. Yes, I think I'm a very different person. I don't think I try to be different, but I think just because I've changed quite a bit, I give off a very different vibe than what I did in high school. Because for me, I wasn't social at all in school up until the beginning of senior year. And I think it was because I started to enjoy school, just because classes felt easier. Because I wasn't always depressed at school about getting like a C plus or something in like English. But yeah, so for sure, I'm a totally different person than what I was in up until 11th grade, end of 11th grade.
So I think it's a good place to stop here. Just a special shout out to our sponsors, Snickers. Thank you so much. You know, we're
Oh
not
my,
ourselves and we're
of course,
hungry.
of course.
Thank you. Thank you, Geico. Going back to our episode 1 sponsors.
Damn.
I think it was episode 1. But yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.